What's up, YouTube? I'm going to show you how to replace one of these pesky knobs that breaks. This is a 2010 Pontiac Vibe. It's a pretty common problem. I'll just show you what's going on. So let's turn it on so you can see volume works, but the tuner does not. So it's a pretty easy fix. There's one YouTube video out there, well, several, that show cutting out the existing knob and then taking the new one and cutting off the little rim. Well, I'll show you that in a minute, but first things first, remove your phone clip, and then this bezel that goes all the way around here. It actually comes off right through there. It's pretty easy. Just taking my fingernails, getting behind there, gently pulling all the way around. Comes off. Same down at the bottom. It's going to be a connector for your hazard, connector for passenger. You know how to use those. If you don't, you probably shouldn't be doing this video or this fix. So it's just a simple push connector. I'm going to set the phone down and pick up from there. Alright, so this was the connector for the airbag light, passenger airbag light. Just simple, push that down, pull it back. So is the hazard light. Same deal. Push that down, it'll release, pull it back. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 nuts that look to be about a 12. Let's try that out. Wrong. Let's try a 10. Yep. So 4 10 millimeter bolts. I'm going to get those loosened up. There's one. The other one's kind of tucked way back in there. You can kind of see it. So I'm going to get those loosened up. Pull the radio unit out. There'll be an antenna, 2 connectors in the back of the head unit. Same deal, push clip style. I'm going to do that and be back with you in a second. Alright, got the head unit out. Here was the antenna. She's in there pretty good. I'm going to give it a firm tug. Try and grab onto the plastic barrel, not this piece. Plastic barrel, not this piece. I don't know if that was in frame or not. And then there were 2 clips, push pin style, or push clip style rather. And then I got the head unit out here, and this is what I was talking about. So on the knob is this little ridge that goes around. Some videos show clipping that off to make it all smooth, and that allows you to put this onto the head unit without taking it all apart. However, I wanted to see if there was a way to do this without cutting this one out, risking damaging around here or the display. And also I didn't want to, clip this off. Even if you do, it's not going to harm anything. This stays on pretty good with the little metal clip that's in there, or sheath that's in there. But yeah, I'm going to do it this way because I want to. So next thing is these little bolts here. There's 2 on each side, and I'm going to take a guess the size here. Not even close. Let's try a 4 or maybe a 5. 5 is a little sloppy. 4 doesn't fit. So we're going to be careful and use a 5. And no, I'm going to go grab a metric, see if that fits any better. Alright, grabbed some metric, 3/16 fits pretty darn good. So 1, 2, the other side, 3, 4. Once that's done, there are these little plastic tabs right here. I'm going to stick a pick underneath them, pry up ever so slightly, and move it this way. Very carefully until this front bezel will come off. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, once that face plate comes off, be very careful because there's a short wire that needs to come off. And that'll just rock back and forth and pull out like so. And now the fun part. There are these tiny little fasteners. Well, I got some bad news. I can't figure out what size it is. I have 2 repair kits that I use a lot to work on computers. I've tried 3.8, 4.5, H3.5, 3. I've tried 3mm for this kit from Cobalt. 3.5, which is a little too big, but I'm thinking if I just throw some masking tape on there, that'll give me enough to remove those screws. What I used the first time was this little guy. It was painful because it was too big, especially around these corners. I kept hitting this edge of the plastic. It took forever. So, set this down here. You're not going to be able to see it because I'm a jerk. And I'm going to try with the masking tape. That's not working. So, pliers it is. Or crescent wrench it is. Ah, that's unfortunate. Why would they do that? Come on, Toyota. Or Pontiac. Same thing. So yeah, I'm going to suffer through. Take your time. Use a crescent wrench. I don't have anything small on the metric size, so it is what it is. Okay. I got all those tiny little fasteners out. This is very important. The most important thing of the whole video. For whatever you do, do not try and remove this board in any other orientation than this. And let me show you why. This board is free. Gently pulling up on it. The reason is because these things are all loose. And if you try and do this face up, all of those things are going to fall out. So those white ones, in case you do, are on the seek track side, and the black ones are on the forward reverse side. Now let me show you this wonderful design. You can see that the button, or the knob, is broke because it's cheap junk plastic. Now, on this side, the little metal piece stuck on the knob. Make sure you remove that. Just that little metal coupler. And then you just line up your new one. And then push it on firmly. Set the phone down. Alright, I got all those tiny little screws back in. And if you follow the same procedure, you're probably going to be like, I wish I just would have cut mine out, because that was awful. But they both feel good. They both move. So now reverse everything. So I got the bolts back in on both sides. Now we're going to put it back in the car. Okay, got the antenna, 2 connectors connected in the back. All the bolts back in. I'm going to put the plastic bezel on. I should have made note. Make sure you test your knob, make sure it spins. And it's not a hard drag or anything. Mine's got a little bit of resistance, which is good. I found it's easiest if you take this bezel and angle it upwards to get these top clips in first. You'll see there's clips in both sides there that need to go in. And then there's a clip up here that goes in first. And once it's all lined up, just give it a push all the way around. Hazards working. Let's try the tuner. Good as new. Volume. Hope this helps.